Hey guys, Preston here. So today I just wanted to do a review of my Benchmade North Fork. I've had it for about 10 months now, and it's about time. So this is the box it comes in, just Benchmade Hunt Series, nice and simple. But I like it. It's actually got some texture to it as well, which is nice. But good presentation from that. You open it up, here you have the knife in your sleeve right there. I've got a little bag of spare parts here, and then you've got your little warranty user manual card thing. So all of that aside, I do like that it comes in this little drawstring bag, which is fairly good quality. I like it. Knife in there, and I have the deep carry clip on here, and that's what's in this parts bag is the old screws and the normal clip. But I like the deep carry clip more, so I got this, and I just called them and ordered it. So first off, the clip itself that came with it was actually quite nice. It just, left that much of your knife sticking up, so I got this deep carry clip. But first off, looking at it, nothing wrong with it. Everything seems to be good. Look, all these edges are well chamfered. A lot of knives feel really sharp on the inside of this, but this one's not. We got some jimping down here on the back, a little bit of jimping on the blade, there and there and there. We have the scales cut away for the lanyard loop, which I think is nice because it adds a little bit of silver back here, because you got silver there, and silver there now. So I kind of like having that cut away rather than putting the scales over it, like on the Benchmade Crooked River, you could say. So another thing is those thumb studs. They actually match the back spacers in the knife, which is a nice little touch. I really like that. We can also mount the clip on the opposite side, and since it's an axis lock, this is completely left-hand compatible. So yeah, overall that's good. The pivot is a D shape, so it doesn't rotate. It's not a free spinning pivot, because those are difficult to take apart. You usually need two Torx bits, and if one side is like this, then you can't do anything about it. And I actually sold a knife because it had a free spinning pivot, but it was only tooled on one side. So this is good. The D-shaped pivot is nice, easy to adjust, and I like it. Alright, so thumb studs themselves are nice and grippy. While not being like sharp, they are grippy. And you can see, got a little bit of a callus. I don't know if my camera would focus on that. Probably not. But I do have a little bit of a callus over the last 10 months of carrying it on the tip of my thumb here. It's not bad though. It's actually quite a comfortable knife. Alright, so action is good. Very smooth. Try to focus this camera better. There we go. The action's good. It's pretty smooth on this knife, like glassy smooth. I mean, it's good. The blade centering is awesome. Look at that. Dead center. So that's a really nice thing about it. We have a tiny bit of blade wobble. You can't really feel it too much. Tiny bit this way. And just a little bit that way and that way. But I mean, what do you expect? It's a folding knife. It's gonna have a little bit of blade play typically for a lot of them. But that's the only thing I really don't like about it, is having a little bit of blade wobble. It bothers me. But it obviously hasn't bothered me so much because I've kept this knife for so long, and I enjoy using it a lot. Yeah, I just like that action. Once you get used to this, it's easy to flip it open and flip it closed like that, just really fast. And this actually turns into a little fidgeting toy at church sometimes. I'm just sitting there. Our youth leaders don't care, which is nice. But yeah, and another thing is the wood. People don't get scared of the wood, or this is diamond wood, which is resin plywood stuff, It's supposed to be stronger than normal wood. And it looks good, actually. I like that. Let me turn on the lamp over here. Get some light coming in. Maybe that'll help. Okay. But you can see, this one's got really rich color, which is really nice. Both sides look beautiful. I like it a lot. It's been wearing very well. There's no scratches on the blade at all. And trust me, I do use this thing a lot. It's been sharpened a bunch. The clip also wears very well, which is nice. You can see that. No scratches. It just kind of rubs thin the coating around these edges and stuff. And I really like that look. It's quite nice. So yeah, that's very good. I think the jimping is nice, how it matches up with your liner here. That's a good feature on it to me. This jimping actually does give a little bit more grip on your palm coming in there. So that's really nice. Yeah, but that feels good. I've never really used the jimping on the front here, which is supposed to be used like this if you're skinning something. Because this was made to be some sort of like a backup hunting knife for your fixed blade. If you did something, God knows what, to your fixed blade. This is supposed to be some sort of backup knife for that. Just a little folder hunting knife. But you typically wouldn't use this for a hunting knife because you'll have to take it apart each time you get it dirty and clean up the whole thing, which isn't that great. So, yeah. But I think this shines in EDC roll, everyday carry, just because its size is great. It's got like a 2.97 inch blade. I mean, it's getting questionable at that point. But, that's legal in a lot of places. But then the thing is, like, so some places have the 3-inch law, other places have like 2.5-inch law, which sucks because if a company makes it like 3.2 inches, they're gonna be like, oh, why couldn't you lower it down and make it a 2.9-inch knife or something? But if you do something that's like 2.75, they'd be like, oh, why couldn't you shorten that down and make it a 2.4 whatever inch knife so it would be illegal for us? And it just pick something. And 2.97, I mean, they tried to avoid that argument right there, and it works. But the knife itself has some nice lines. I do like how we have these cuts right here. I think those are very attractive because they go with parts on the blade like this. I think that looks good. So those kind of cuts down here just add to the knife a lot, add to the ergonomics there. Provides a nice track for your thumb when you're coming down to actuate the thumb studs like that. Makes it just super comfortable to use this knife. But yeah, you can see that. Your thumb rides right into that and then flips the knife open. Oh, I can't do it backwards. Oh, there we go. But that's nice, and you have the exact same thing on the other side. So once again, if you're using it left-handed, you can get that. Haha, I just did it. That's nice. But overall, I just like the look of this. Now, the only other negative I have with this knife is that it has a recurve. I don't love sharpening recurves. I can do it. I mean, this one is sharp. Well, it might be sharp. I sharpened it a little bit ago. You see that? Even in that recurve. But, yeah. You can sharpen it. It's not the worst thing in the world. And also, one thing I got that helps me out a lot is these stones, these slip stones, which have the rounded top. You can get in there inside that recurve and really do some good work polishing that. And that's how I got this one sharp. Alright, but I just love it. This knife doesn't have a detent. It's just the lock spring when you launch it, and then once you get past that spot, it'll go without resistance. Well, you got a little bit of resistance because you got spring pressure on the tang the whole way back, right? So it doesn't just fly open, you know. But you can always just pinch that back and then flick it like that. So you don't even need to use the thumb studs. And some people will actually remove the thumb studs on their knives because they just prefer the axis flip. Like that. I think that's what it's called. So, that's nice. I like that a lot. And just, overall, the knife is done pretty well. Also, I'm going to show off that if I can. You see that? We have some internal milling down in here. We have like 3 or 4 circles. I think we got 3. Maybe wrong. But, yeah. Then let's flip it over other side. Same exact thing. We have 3 circles milled in there, which is nice because it just adds a little bit of depth in there. Another thing people don't like is how some of these screws stick out just a little bit beyond the liners, like up in there. You see that? But you know, that's really nitpicky. I'd expect that kind of stuff on a custom knife, you know. Alright, the Blade Steel's S30V, I found it good. It works great for sharpening pencils in class. This is what I actually use this for. Keep in mind, homeschooled, co-op, out in the country, okay? They don't mind you using a knife for whatever you want at school. Which is great. But overall, I like that. I like how we have the satin finished axis lock mechanism, satin finished liners, and the blade satin finished. But then we have black screws, which is nice, so we don't have just too much flashes of silver all over this. The black clip is also great. I think it goes good with the look. Another thing about this clip is the way it's kind of canted over here to the side. So hanging down, it tucks the knife away. Alright, so I'll show you that in my pocket when you put this in. It tries to keep the knife at the back of the pocket being like that. So even if the clip's coming out, the knife is coming down like this. So the knife is all the way at the back of the pocket. It's easy to get by and get something like, say, your wallet or whatever is in your pocket there. It's easy. The knife hangs out of the way down low like that, which is great. So that makes it a lot easier to get at your other stuff, just being out of the way. And knives with flipper tabs have a big tab right here that sticks out, and that'll come in and it'll hit your pinky finger going in and makes it difficult to get around it and get stuff out of your pocket. So this is just very nice, very unobtrusive carry. It's very discreet, just having that clip showing like that, which is great. So I love the way the knife carries. The clip seems pretty secure. When I got it, it was hovering. I can't lift it. It was hovering like this. And that's because this knife is actually raised up like that on each side here. So what I did is I put the clip on backwards and I gently bent it down, and now it's got good spring pressure on that. So yeah, pretty tight. So I've never lost this knife out of my pocket before, which is great. I gotta say though, that action is just nice, buttery smooth. But guys, this knife is a great EDC knife. If you're thinking about getting one, it's like 160 bucks. Maybe you can get it for 145. I recommend buying it at the store and looking for things like this. Make sure the blade is centered. Make sure that action is smooth. You don't want blade play, just because, you know, if you're a person who's a knife snob, blade play really bothers you, you know. But pretty much every knife under 100 bucks is going to have blade play. And this knife doesn't have much. I mean, it's just barely there. You're just like, oh, I kind of feel it, you know. But it's not like you can wiggle it back and forth or something like that. You know, it locks up pretty good, and I like that. But overall, the knife is well done. I love the design choices on here. These right here, those cutouts on each side, the matching thumb studs and back spacers, the color choices. It's all good, just every bit of it. The only thing I don't like is the recurve, because it's harder for me to sharpen. And the little bit of blade wiggle. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But other than that, it's great. It's a good EDC knife. It's sharp. It does a good job with just about every task I've thrown at it. Oh, and one other thing, they've done a good job. It's pretty thin behind the edge, as you can see. Well, it's got a little bit of thickness there, but that's because I've sharpened it back a lot over all the usage. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting this knife, I'd just go ahead and buy it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a comfortable size. It's a great design. And look at that. You see how your pinky rests on that one spot there? That's wonderful. So very good design choices here and there. And it's just a good, comfortable, good size knife. So perfect EDC besides those little details like the recurve and whatnot. That makes sharpening more difficult. But yeah. Good knife, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and God bless.